Hey friends, have you ever felt like you're running on empty? Your body's tired, your mind is foggy, and your soul just feels, well, flat? Midlife has a way of sneaking up on us like that. But what if renewal isn't about chasing some big transformation, but rather about adding small, life-giving habits that rebuild our strength day by day? Today we're going to talk about what renewal looks like in midlife and how a few simple shifts can help you feel stronger, clearer, and more hopeful. But first, welcome to Graceful Growth in Midlife, where we explore faith, health, and purpose in this season of life. I'm Teresa, and each week we'll explore, learn, reflect, and work towards growing with grace. All right, let's dig in. Last time, in episode 3, we talked about trusting God when you can't see the path ahead, what it means to wait, listen, and lean into His timing even when life feels foggy. Today we're taking the next step together. Once the fog begins to lift, what comes next? Renewal. Midlife can feel heavy, like maybe our best days are behind us, but I don't believe that. I believe midlife is actually an invitation to renewal and recharge. And not through massive, overwhelming overhauls, but through small, life-changing habits that restore our strength, clear the mental fog, and make space for God to move. When I say renewal, like I said, I don't mean changing everything about yourself overnight or chasing some new you makeover. Renewal is about gently rebuilding and transforming ourselves. It's those small adjustments we make, like habits or choices, that over time have a huge impact on our overall being. You might need renewal if you've noticed things like irritability or a short fuse. I can say over the last few years, for me, that's a definite one. Feeling drained even after a full night's sleep? Yep, every day. Constant decision fatigue, including brain fog and not being able to think as clearly and focused as you once did. Check. Or even just a spiritual dryness, like feeling distance and not knowing how to get back to that relationship with God you once had. I've been in those spaces, and maybe you have too. Renewal isn't flashy, it's quiet, but it's powerful. Because small hinges swing big doors. So I thought today we could switch things up a bit. I'm going to share 4 habits that could make a huge difference in your day or week or life. So the first one would be your morning routine, kind of a spiritual renewal. For me, renewal starts in the morning, and I'll be honest, I truly struggle with breaking old morning habits. But I'm trying and slowly working towards doing this consistently. I found a video called Putting on the Full Armor of God. It's 50 minutes and it walks you through each piece while explaining the meaning. I've done this a few times and love it. It forces me to stop, close my eyes, and just focus on what he's saying while praying and connecting. 15 minutes might be too much for you, especially when you're just starting out. But even 5 minutes can change your day. Instead of grabbing your phone first thing, stop, breathe, pick a verse or a chapter to read, and spend a moment chatting with the Holy Spirit as He interprets the verse and helps set up your day. If you do have time in the morning, utilize it to work on your healing and gratitude journals. What a great way to make sure you do it, and mornings are usually the quietest and most peaceful time of day. Bottom line, you don't need an hour-long devotional. Just 5 minutes can anchor you in God's presence before the day tries to pull you in every other direction. All right, habit 2. Protein and hydration, physical renewal. Now, on the physical side, one of the things I've been working on is my nutrition. I'm aiming for about 140 grams of protein each day. It's a stretch, but it's helping me feel stronger and more in control. I've had a hard time eating a lot of food, but my friend, Chat, helped me work out an easy plan that works with my lazy, grazy habits. And So far, I've found it's actually pretty easy. I'm only a week in, so I won't say I'm seeing any major results, but it has already changed some bad habits. I'm not craving or even thinking about chocolate. That's huge. And I'm very focused. I feel like I'm thinking twice before just having that bagel with coffee because it's quick and easy, and instead thinking about what I can have with it. I even found I'm down to half a bagel versus a whole one. Honestly, it doesn't have to be complicated. I jumped right in, but you could start with one protein-rich meal each day, then gradually increase. That's it. The small change can renew your energy more than another cup of coffee ever could. A small note here, I also found my coffee consumption dropped drastically. I went from 3 extra large coffees a day from Tim Hortons to my morning 1 or 2 cups and maybe a Timmy's later in the day. Which leads perfectly into my next change, hydration and water intake. Right? Coffee, dehydration, water. Anyway, I struggle with plain water. It's so boring. So in order to make sure I get at least 64 ounces per day, I drink my Garden of Life protein shake with water instead of milk or oat milk or whatever. I refill it so I make sure I get all the protein because it doesn't mix very well. This helps me get additional protein while also ensuring I drink at least, it works out to about 30 ounces of water, which is almost half my daily requirement. I tend to have this in the morning and it takes me a couple hours to drink just because I'm busy with work, so I'm not guzzling and I don't feel like my consumption is forced. I know there are rules about when to drink for best results. Maybe one day we'll investigate those, but for now, my aim is just to consistently get to the full amount each day. I will say, when I don't drink my water, I really notice it. Okay. Habit number 3, strengthen 10, movement renewal. Okay, another habit is movement. I work out with weights, usually 5 times a week. About 5 times a week now. But renewal isn't about knocking it out at the gym, because I really hate the gym. I actually do it in my bedroom. It's about getting yourself moving and doing it consistently. One trick I use to get started, especially when I'm dragging and teetering on the side of not doing it, is to tell myself I'll just do 15 minutes. I do not know how this trick still works on me, but it does, and once I get started, I always finish. You can start with 10 minutes. For women our age, less and more focused is more beneficial than high impact and hour-long workouts. My routine just consists of me walking in various forms like, fast, slow, high knee, back, forward, while holding my weights. I do my arms with weights and then a cool down with some crunches, leg lifts, and stretches. But you could even just go for a walk around the block. Though I suggest you include some sort of weights, like you can get those little wrist weights. It's beneficial. I do hear weights for women at our age is crucial to our overall health and bone structure and muscle. So I do want to dig into fitness for midlife women, what's best, what really works, etc. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in learning more about. Remember, your body doesn't need perfection, it needs consistency. Movement builds not just muscles, but momentum. All right, last and final. Habit 4, Sabbath moments, rest renewal. Yes, I think we all need this. The problem is we struggle and think it's kind of laziness. Now I see it as obedience. God rested on the 7th day and he didn't need to do it. I know this isn't easy. What used to be normal with Sundays being for church and family. Stores were closed even. It was like actually a respected day of rest. Now there isn't a day in the week that you can't do something. So with life being as as it is today, we need to really focus on making it happen. It needs to be on purpose. Renewal happens when we carve out Sabbath moments even. That might be one tech-free hour each week, or maybe a whole day. A slow walk out and about surrounded by nature. A day with your family and friends. Maybe some time journaling. Or simply doing nothing and allowing your body and soul to breathe. I find getting away from the noise renews me more than anything else. So in conclusion, small habit changes can have a huge impact. Don't try to go all out right off the hop. Pick one and give it all you got. So you need some encouragement? Sit with this verse for a bit. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on the wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40:31. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, renewal isn't just about physical energy. It's about spiritual strength. When we put our hope in God, He promises renewal, not just once, but ongoing. Hey, this could be a great morning anchor verse to get your day started. What do you think? All right, speaking of, in my 30-day journey, day 7, it's actually all about renewal. So another verse that you could reflect on, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. I would read that and then ask God, I come to you weary. Help me find rest in your presence. Repeat this a few times, then write down whatever comes into your mind. It could be one word. It could be 2 pages. Then take a break from your usual routine. Maybe a walk in nature. Do something that will allow you to see and feel God's wonder around you. Let that fill you with peace and knowing that God is good in all ways. And set aside, I guess, another 15 minutes of quiet time to simply rest and invite God's peace. Simply listen and allow the Holy Spirit to speak to you. In these moments, talk to God about how you feel and ask Him to grant you His peace and knowing. This could be a part of your daily routine, or even just trying to find some time once a week to get to start. I think eventually you'll find yourself wanting to carve out even more time. So with all that we've talked about today, I have a challenge for you this week. Pick one habit from today, just one, write it down, and do it for 7 days. And then reflect, how do you feel? Stronger, clearer, more hopeful, more rested? I'd love to hear how that works for you. Let me know. So thank you for joining me today on Graceful Growth in Midlife. If this episode encouraged you, please subscribe and share it with a friend who might enjoy the show as well. You'll also find a link in the show notes for the free download, 7 Days of Healing in Midlife, along with my companion journals, the 30-Day Healing Journey, an Intimate Conversation with God, and the 50-Day Guided Gratitude Journal. So check the notes below. And next time we're going to get real. We'll talk about the fear of food in midlife and how I'm learning to walk from fear into freedom. It's a biggie. You won't want to miss it. So that's a wrap for today. Have a great week and God bless.